Simplifying or reducing fractions means to make the fraction as simple as possible. And in the word simplifying, you can see the word simple. So to simplify or to reduce the fractions into the lowest terms means to make it as easy as possible on ourselves. So down here I see some circles. And most of the time I refer to these as pizzas. And I want to look at the first one. And I see that that particular pizza is cut into 2 pieces. And so if I were to write that as a fraction, my denominator would be a 2, and I have shaded in 1 piece. In the next one, I see that my pizza has been cut into 4 slices, and I shaded in 2 of them. And next, I see that my pizza has been cut into 8 pieces, and I shaded in 4 of them. And in my last one, I see that it was cut into 16 pieces, and I shaded in 8 of those pieces. Now, if I were to stack each of these pizzas on top of each other, I would see that those sizes are the exact same size. I've just cut my pizza into different sizes of pieces. Now, if I were to make this as simple as possible, it would be much easier if I just made 1 slice down the middle of that pizza and ate that one section, rather than cutting it into, say, 16 slices and eating 8 of them or counting out 8 of them. So in this case, my simplest fraction, or the easiest way to write that, would be to write it as 1/2. Let's take a look at these drawings and see if I can't write these into the lowest terms or to simplify them. In my first drawing, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces shaded. Of course, that is my numerator. And my denominator would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And if I go right beside it, I see 1, 2 slices shaded out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. Well, to me, it would be much easier to only cut that shape into 5 pieces and shade in 2, rather than cutting it into 15 and shading in 6. So let's look at that. I know that we've talked about whatever I do to the numerator, I have to do to the denominator. So to simplify something, I'm going to divide it. I'm going to reduce the number of pieces that I'm dividing or sharing my whole into. So let's ask ourselves, what would I do to the 6 to get down to the 2? What would I divide 6 by? 6 divided by something gives me 2. Well, that would be 3. And if I do that to the numerator, then I have to take my 15 and divide by 3, and I would get 5. So I reduced, or I simplified this fraction by dividing it by 3. Whatever I do to the numerator, I must do to the denominator. So let's look at these circles down here. I have shaded in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I have 6 18ths. Wow, this one right beside it looks a lot simpler to draw and to cut and to count. And I have shaded in 1 piece out of 1, 2, 3 pieces. What would I do to my 6 to get down to a 1? I would divide 6 by something. 6 divided by 6 is 1. 18 divided by 6 is 3. Don't forget that whatever you do to the numerator, you have to do to the denominator. So let's try some of these. 4 18ths. Well, I see that they're both even numbers, so I could divide by 2. So 4 divided by 2 would give me 2. 18 divided by 2 would give me 9. Can I simplify that? No, I cannot. There are no factors of 2 that are also factors of 9. Going right beside it, I see 35/50ths. Oh, it ends in a 5 and a 0, so now I can divide by 5. And 35 divided by 5 is 7. And 50 divided by 5 is 10. Can that be simplified? No. What about 40/50ths? Now, I know that they're even numbers, so I could divide by 2. They end in 0, so I could divide by 5, but they also end in a 0, so I could divide by 10. So 10 is the largest that I see right now, so let's try that. 40 divided by 10 would be 4, and 50 divided by 10 would be 5. Can that be simplified? No. Let's look at 4/16. It's the largest number that goes into 4 that also goes into 16. Well, I can count by 4s to get to 4. I can also count by 4s to get to 16, so let's divide by 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 16 divided by 4 is 4. 6/9. Those are my 3s, so I can divide by 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 42/48. Now, if you don't see this right off, I know that I can divide by 2s, and sometimes it is easier to get it down into some numbers that you might see a little easier. But whenever I look at the 42 and the 48, I know those numbers are in my 6s. So I could divide by 6. So 42 divided by 6 is 7, and 48 divided by 6 is 8. And 21/30ths. 21. Factors of 21 are 1 and 21 and 3 and 7. Well, I know 3 goes into 30 also, so let's divide by 3. 21 divided by 3 is 7. 30 divided by 3 is 10. 27/36. And those are in my 9s. So 27 divided by 9 is 3. And 36 divided by 9 is 4. 5/10. Oh, my 5s. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 10 divided by 5 is 2. And 22/44. Well, those are my 2s. I also see that those are my 11s. But I see one even bigger, 22. 22 divided by 22 is 1. 44 divided by 22 is 2. So it's 1/2.